Welcome to my channel. Susan's Just Making It. I'm Susan, and as always, I'm here making stuff, messes, chaos, and just trying to make it through life. If you've been here before, welcome back, and if this is your first time watching, welcome to my channel. Hope everyone's doing great, and if you like today's video, that thumbs up's always appreciated. So today's video is part of a multi-channel collab. This is a new collab that's been created, and the name of it is Forgotten Favorites Friday. This collab is all about us using something that may have been a favorite at one time, but we don't use it or do it as much anymore. Not because we don't like it, but because time, life, changes, things like that. So I'm not sure what everybody is going to be doing. Maybe something similar, maybe something different. We can do pretty much anything we want to do as long as it has to do with something that we may have enjoyed at one time but don't do anymore. Some channels I think are doing like using makeup or skincare that was a favorite at one time and they don't know why they don't grab for it more often, or maybe cooking a meal or doing a recipe that you liked but don't do that much anymore. Make something that you used to but don't so much anymore. You get the general idea. Something that was once a favorite but we don't find ourselves doing or using much currently. So it's an attempt to get us to reach for those things and get back into doing those things. So today I am going to do an eyeshadow look. There was something else I wanted to do, but I didn't have something I needed, so I'm going to try that next week. So there will be a hashtag, Forgotten Favorites Fridays, down in our description boxes, so that if you type in the hashtag, you'll be able to see everyone's video and follow along. Hopefully this will be a collab that others will join in on at some point. But currently in the collab, there's 5 channels. There's Mare over at Nightmare Bliss and Brandy over at Brandy's Unboxings and More. There's my channel, Susan's Just Making It, and then we have Jamie Gerazi and Crystal, who is the Real Lady Electrician. So those are the channels that are doing the collab currently. I will have all those channels linked down in the description box, so you can go check all the videos for this week. So as I mentioned, I don't think this is necessarily a collab with giveaways, so although I encourage you to watch all the other videos, it's not that you have to watch them for giveaways or anything like that. I don't think anyone else is doing a giveaway. I'm not, because I've done quite a few recently and I have some coming up. I don't know if that's going to change at some point, but to my knowledge, that's not a thing. But it's still worth checking out all of the videos. So with that being said, this is what I am going to try to work with today. We'll see how it goes. It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Riviera palette, and as we know, this is not a new palette, so it's a forgotten favorite. I have not played with this, you know, it's not a new palette. I haven't played with it yet though, so I'm going to get into this, and it's not for lack of it being a favorite, just haven't grabbed for this one. I hopefully will have more luck than the last couple eyeshadow looks I did. I wasn't entirely happy with the last few that I did here on the channel. For one thing, I am trying a new eyeshadow primer. Hopefully that'll help a little bit with the application. So I'm sure a lot of you have seen this palette. It has been around for quite a while, but here's the beautiful colors. Gorgeous palette. As you can see, it's a nice mix of neutrals and some nice brights. Beautiful summer palette, but I'm doing it now. So I did fill in my brows, put on eyeshadow primer, did a little bit of concealer under my eyes because those dark circles just don't want to go away. And I'm going to, before I start, I'm going to go ahead and put a nice bit of powder under my eyes. Hopefully it'll help with any fallout, so I can just kind of whisk it away. So I'm going to pause briefly, put a nice layer of powder under my eyes to help me with some fallout, and I'll be right back. Okay, hopefully this will help get rid of the fallout a little bit easier. So I'm going to go ahead and just dig in and see what I can do. Like I said, hopefully this will turn out a little bit better than my last few looks that I wasn't entirely thrilled with. So I think I'm going to start off with this shade called Coastline. It's a pretty peachy color, and I'm going to try to put that slightly above my crease, and then we'll see where we can go from there. So, oh, these are definitely very pigmented. In the pan, I expected a nice light little color, but it's a little bit more pigmented than I expected it to be, but it's okay. So lay that down and blend it in. Curious, do any of you watching own this palette? It's been around a while, so I would assume that it's in quite a few collections. Excuse me. Having a bit of a dry throat the last few days. Like I said, I'm not sure what the other ladies are doing, so I'm kind of curious to see what take they're gonna have. I'm gonna try to do something a little bit different from week to week, and not do just makeup looks. I have a lot of older palettes that I need to get to, but I don't want to do that every single week because there's a few other things that I thought would be nice to try to incorporate into this collab. I'm thinking there's a couple of recipes that I'd like to share that I haven't made in a while, and that's one of the things I wanted to do this week, but I forgot to pick up something at the store. Will admit, if I do recipes, it'll probably be more baking than cooking, because baking is my love language. I cook because I have to. I bake because I want to, if that makes any sense. So I'd like to incorporate maybe some of that, you know, some recipes that are my favorites that I haven't done in a while. And if I decide to do that, I will definitely have the recipe down in the description box, so if it's something that anyone watching wants to make, it'll be easy for them to copy the recipe, either copy and paste it to print or to write out. And then I also was thinking, there's a couple like crafty type things that I used to do that I haven't found myself doing too much recently, so maybe I'll incorporate some of that, and then we'll see what other ideas pop into mind. So that's that so far, which I really do like. It's a really pretty color, and it's blending really well. So slightly above that, I think I want to go in with this color that's called Cabana. It's kind of, it's not quite a mustard yellow, it's a little bit like grungier than that, but I want to just pick up a little bit of that. I'm going to try to go in light, and I'm going to try to blend some of that right at the top of the other color I just put on. I just got a bunch of this on the mirror. So I went in with Coastline, and now I'm using some Cabana right above that. And I think some stuff that people take for granted, but I actually think that that primer is helping a lot. I mean, this is a nice palette to work with, but I seem to be able to blend, and it feels much better on my eyelids. I was alternating between, this will explain a lot, I was alternating between a Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer, one of the first primers I started playing with, but I don't know. I'm not going to hate on all drugstore makeup, because there's some brands I really like that are drugstore makeups, but wasn't getting the greatest performance with it. I was alternating between that and a primer that I got on Shop Missy, which I'm not going to hate on Shop Missy either, because some of their stuff is really awesome, and I'm not saying, and I do like it, but I was finding that with those two, sometimes my shadow would be kind of patchy if I didn't blend the primer really smooth. What I put on today is a Revlon eyeshadow primer, and it went on my eyelid pretty easy and smooth, and I find that my shadow so far is going on much more even. So some people may not think so, but I would have to agree that the primer does make a difference. I know some people that would say, oh, that doesn't have anything to do with it, but I think it does. That's what I'm seeing today. So there's that. I'm pretty happy with that so far. Very warm. I know I tend to lean toward warmer shades, so I'm happy with that to work with. Now, I'm not much of a neutral girl. We got to get some color in there. This is a fluffier brush, so I'm gonna kind of put this aside for now and grab another one. Let's see what kind of one I work with. This one looks pretty good. I really want to play with some color. I think I'm gonna try to play with this. I hope I'm not sorry, but this bright pink is called Bahamas. It's a nice bright hot pink. Let's see, hopefully I don't regret grabbing this color, but we'll see. I'm just going to go on kind of light and pack some color on so that I don't look like I'm super sick with like pink eye or something. So I do want to mention that I was invited to this collab by Mare. We're at Nightmare Bliss. I put up a community post. I've mentioned this in a couple of videos, reaching out to other creators that I wanted to do some collaborations to justify my eyeshadow palette collection and get into them and start using them more. And she said, oh, this would be a perfect collab to get into some of them older palettes and use them up. So that's how my participation in the collab came about. I'm sure a lot of you will agree that play with makeup that collecting eyeshadow palettes is a bit of an addiction, but in our defense, they keep coming out with so many pretty palettes, so that has a lot to do with it. You think you have more than you need, and then they come out with a gorgeous palette and you just have to have it. Speaking for myself, but I'm sure a lot of you guys are guilty as well. So, not regretting the hot pink. Love it. This is a gorgeous palette. One reason it's been sitting on my shelf is that it scares me. I'm relatively new to makeup and I love playing with makeup and I like color, but sometimes color scares me. And when I looked at this, that's exactly what I was thinking, because you've got this pale pink and then you've got this purple and the yellow and you've got the blue over here. I'm like, that's a lot of colors. That's scary, but it's gorgeous. And the more I play with makeup and get a little bit more comfortable with it, I'm definitely forming opinions about what palettes I like and which ones I don't like. This I like. It scared me, but I really like it. And it's funny because just looking at the palettes and buying them because I see a picture or I see somebody else using them, oh, it's a pretty palette, I'm gonna buy that, I'll love it. I'm finding that some of the ones that I thought that I would absolutely love, I do not. And some of the ones I wasn't sure about and kind of hesitated are turning out to be ones that I really enjoy. So go figure. Don't quite understand, but it is what it is. Okay, so that's what I've got so far. So now I'm thinking I really want to get into this. It's called Seychelles. This here, very pretty color, and I want to play with that. It's a shimmer, so we're gonna see how much luck I have putting it on with a brush. I'm trying to find one that's kind of a decent packing type brush. Let's see what we got here. I guess I'll try this. This looks like a nice packing brush. And try it with a brush. If it doesn't work out well, I'll have to get my fingers in there, but I'm going to try it with a brush first. It's a really pretty green shimmer. Very pretty. So we'll see. Oh, it's going on really well with the brush. Yay! So we'll just pack that on there, and then I'll see if I can blend it out a little bit, because right now it does look scary. Just pack it into place and then see about blending it in once it's on there. Because I'm definitely not keeping it the way it is now. But the shade itself is very pretty. But yeah. It's a little bowl. Okay. Switch some of that off with a brush in case I want to use it again. So I'm going to go on with the original brush that I used for the more neutral shades and just see if I can blend that out a little bit. It's a little too bold the way it is. Blending it in much better. I'm really enjoying this palette. This is beautiful for summer. Definitely will have to try to grab this palette a little bit more. I don't know why I didn't grab it before now. Because it is incredibly gorgeous. Okay. Just a tiny bit more. I don't want to blend it all the way. I hope that powder helps with the fallout because I'm getting a lot of it. You can see a lot of it here. A lot of it here and here. Okay, so far I'm very happy, but I need to do something and get some type of a crease color in there for some depth. So let's see what brush. Try to swish off some of this bluish color and go back in with this fluffy blending brush and see if I can bring a little bit of something into my crease. I think, hope I don't mess it up too much, but I'm going to try this brown, and the color of that is Palm. It's a really nice chocolate brown. I'm just going to pat some in. Pretty happy with what I have so far, so I'm going to try to go kind of easy so I don't make a mess of what I already have on my eyes. That seems to be the way sometimes. I'm pretty happy with it, then oh, let me add one more thing, and then I'm not happy anymore. So I'm going to try to just pat a little bit of this on and then come back and then blend it in a little bit. I just feel like I need a little bit of depth. It's hard over here. The light's not very good on this side of the room. And I have a ring light, but I try not to use it too much because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like the color is just, the light is too bright sometimes, and it's not, the colors don't show up as true as they really are when I use the ring light. So I try not to use it, overuse, I guess is what a more accurate way. If I can get decent natural light, I like to try to use that because it's truer light. I feel like the ring light sometimes washes the color out. I found it that when I use the ring light and I do makeup and then I turn the ring light off and go about my day, my makeup does not look as good as it did with ring light. It's not accurate. So let me just blend in this darker color, which I'm pretty happy with it. I feel like it gives a little bit more depth than I had without it, although it does look much deeper on this eye. I just put a little bit more over here. I think that's where my problem comes in. Oh, it's not even. Let me even it up, and then before you know it, it's carried away. That's kind of my struggle with liquid eyeliner. Those of you that have been watching me from early on kind of know my feelings on that. I feel like I can never get it even, and the more I try to even it up, it just gets carried away. Before you know it, I have a whole Amy Winehouse look going on, and that's not what I'm going for, because it's just yeah, sometimes trying to fix it, it's just better off leaving it alone. Okay. So pretty happy with that. I think it adds some depth. I don't know why it appears so much darker on this eye, if it's genuinely darker, if it's a difference in the light, but I'm gonna leave it alone. Just try to get some of the color off of my brush. I have a color swisher, but I'm not thrilled with it. I find that a paper towel with texture works just as good, and I'm happier with it. Just a little tip there. The next color I'm going to use is this Sails, like sailboat sails. It's a nice, really light color. I don't want to go in too heavy because it is really light. And just put that under my brow and blend it in, so it's not such a stark difference from the color. But to highlight under my brow, a bit more. Super pretty. And let's see, for the inner corner, find a brush that I like. I don't realize how much I can't see without my glasses. I never had to wear glasses till a few years ago, and it seems like once I started wearing them, I become very much more dependent on them. So this little inner corner, I have to. You guys know I have to. I have to go into this color right here, Inheritance. It is the most yellowish, shimmery goodness. So let's see how this looks. We'll see. Put this on my inner corner. So I'm just using a little pencil brush so I can have a little bit of control over where the color is going. Really loving the yellow eyeshadows. Okay, mix the color off. That I think for under, well, first of all, I feel like this eye, some of this greenish blue has gotten blended away, so I'm going to put a little bit more of that in there. Some of this pink that I feel like it's gotten blended away. color right next to it is Monte Carlo. It's like a raspberry shimmery color. It's pretty too. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause. I'm going to figure out which one of these shadows I want to use to line under my lower lash line. Clean up the fallout. Put on some mascara. Probably just get rid of this powder under my eyes. Just throw on a lip color and then we'll see what it looks like done. Okay, this is a finished look using the ABH Riviera palette. Again, colors are super gorgeous. I don't know why I didn't play with this a lot more. I just went in and did the hot pink under my lashes on the outer corner. Went in with the, what's the color name again? Seychelles. Sorry, no glasses. That tealish green color there. Did that nice beautiful golden yellow, which is Inheritance on the inner corner. Sorry, that yellow is everything. Went ahead, mascara, top and bottom lashes. The bottom lashes I had a hard time with today. And just cleaned up the fallout and all that stuff, and just put on this pink sparkle lip gloss that I purchased from Scarlet Darling Cosmetics for my lips. Rest of my face is bare. Don't really want to mess with it too much today. I'm not going anywhere. It's not necessary. So this is what I came up with. My bangs out of the way. I don't know why it doesn't look as even there, but it doesn't. I am really happy with this palette. I do not know why I did not grab for this more often, but I definitely will be grabbing for this more often, especially during the summer. I think these bolder, brighter, pretty colors are really nice for summer. I think summertime is a great time to play with color, so definitely will be grabbing for this more. If any of you have this palette, let me know what you think of it. Any desire to grab for it more often after watching it be played with recently. Interested to hear what you have to say about that. So let me know what you think down below. Try to keep the comments nice as always. Make sure to go over and check out Mare and Brandy and Jamie and Crystal and see what they did for their Forgotten Favorite Friday video. Like I said, eyeshadow look this week because my original plan kind of didn't work out, but hopefully I'll have something different for you next week that you'll enjoy. Hopefully this collab will encourage you guys to dig into stuff that you haven't for a while. So I think that's all I have for you for today. I will have the other women linked down in my description box, and that's all I have. So thank you for taking some time out of your day to watch, and I hope everyone has a great weekend. And if you haven't liked the video yet, that's always appreciated. And until the next one, bye everyone.